Can I take a nap?
Yes, I did. It was wonderful.
I love it. I love it. If you don't mind, I'd love to just jump right in and get this convo started. Cinema and horror have kind of been married from the very beginning. Why do you guys think that people love to scare themselves with entertainment?
We have no idea. None of us do.
Well, I have a theory. I think we all love to experience something we don't want to experience in our life, you know?
Like sex?
and film, because it was so immersive, you sit in the theater and watch this thing. It gives you the chance to experience something like, as I said, you don't want to really experience in your life. And then you come out and say, my God, that was great. Let's go have a pizza.
Makes total sense. I like it.
Like a roller coaster, same thing.
Yes, yes. Are y'all roller coaster fans?
Who doesn't love a roller coaster?
That's right.
Sorry, I didn't bring that up.
Tommy, were you going to say something?
The joy of being scared goes all the way back to when we were out in caves and there were campfires. The guy who just almost lost his life to a mastodon is telling the tale around the fire, and the little kids are like, it's in our blood, isn't it?
It's facts. Absolutely facts.
We were alive when there were mastodons.
Wait, stop.
Tommy was.
I watched the Science Channel.
There you go. Now, there are a lot of like holidays that have movies featured around them, but Halloween obviously is a slam dunk. John, I gotta ask you. Yeah, make that noise. Make that noise. While it seems obvious, why did you pick Halloween as the perfect showcase to introduce Michael Myers?
Well, the distributor of Halloween decided it should be called Halloween. It was called Babysitter Murders First. It's classic. No, it's not. It's bullshit.
Still would have been the epic film that we come to know and love, 1,000,000%. But Halloween is a great time. It is a good time.
Well, thank you. You know, we didn't know what we were making. We just were making a movie. We had a great time making it. We had Jamie Lee, we had Nancy Loomis, and the great PJ Get out of here. He wore a mask.
But you did it so well, so very well. There's been a great legacy of the Halloween franchise, and the film industry has changed so much. Is there anything that you guys know that you kind of set the stage for in terms of modern movie making with this franchise?
No.
Come on.
Let me explain something about the Halloweens. The movie business is based on money. Well, Halloween made a bunch of money, so they made another one. And they made another one, and that's why they keep making them.
Listen, if they weren't good, they wouldn't make that money.
No, they don't care if it's good or not.
He's telling it like it is. I love it.
You guys are great storytellers, and I think that kind of carries through in the way that you've told these characters. I have to ask, who, if there is anyone that you based this off of, was Michael Myers? Was he based off of anybody? Was there somebody that you kind of was like, you know what, this dude probably kills people? Like, was there anybody that
You want to know about the creation of Michael Myers?
Yes.
Yes. Here we go.
I created Deborah Hill and I created something that was neither human nor supernatural, but both. So you don't know what he is or who he is. And he was portrayed incredibly by this man next to me.
Come on now. ask you, like when it came to portraying Michael, was there something that you wanted to do? Were you trying to be bigger? Were you trying to be hidden? What were you trying to bring from the character?
I had no idea. I really didn't have any idea. John just said, here's a mask.
Right?
Put that on, put this suit on, go over there and walk towards me. And whatever it was instinctual. It was just, first of all, John did a lot of puppeteering. Right? He would say, Nick, tilt your head to the right, tilt your head to the left. Yes, he came up with that. And other than that, it was, I saw a bunch of horror films. I knew I wasn't going to be skipping down the lane. I just walked in a certain manner, and the rest is history.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Make some noise for that.
John tells a story about when he was probably a teenager, sometime in school, of attending like an asylum of some sort and seeing in a room some kids in there.
I saw, we went to, I forget, it was a college class, I believe. We went to where was that? It was Elizabethtown. There was an asylum someplace. And we went there as a class. I saw this boy, 12-year-old boy, and he looked at me, he had the devil's eyes in reality. I thought, oh shit. He could kill me. And that's kind of stirred me up.
That's genius. That's life imitating art bringing it back. Like that's absolutely brilliant. Halloween kind of established the trope of the final girl. PJ, unfortunately,
what does the trope mean?
This kind of very familiar characteristic that kind of makes up a genre piece, at least as I
don't understand what you're talking about.
You define like these certain special things. You are the maestro who brought that to us.
Stop it.
I can't help it. I have to gush. I have to. But PJ, you did not make it as a final girl. There were certain rules that they said, you had to abide by, things that you could not do. And obviously, you were a very loving teenager, which you're not supposed to do. How do you feel about those rules? Do you feel like they're fair?
In terms of describing me as a slut, what are you saying?
Absolutely. I would never listen to that. The idea of having, a romantic relationship as a teenager in horror movies is considered a no-no, right? Obviously, imbibing in other vices, whether it's smoking or drinking, considered a no-no. Do you think that those things are fair, or a great sort of critique of this is what's necessary to be a good person?
What the fuck are you
I understand the question, but I will say that Linda was the girl that I would think would be fun to be in high school. I was not Linda. I was more like Lori. I even was the editor of my school paper. I went to high school in Brussels in Belgium, so very different. But it was so much fun to play a Linda because one of my best friends in high school was Cindy Clark. She had a Belgian boyfriend. She smoked cigarettes. She drank. She invited me over for a sleepover every Friday night. And she would go out the window to meet her boyfriend, and she said, if my mom knocks on the door, tell her we're just having so much fun. So when we come back in the morning. So in terms of the movie, there always has to be the girl that is outrageous, that is the one that does the things that the two best friends wish they could do. So that did resemble my real life, only I was Lori and Cindy was Linda. But those are the girls that you just really cheer on and you hate to see get killed. And so it proves that, they're sad when that girl goes. So in terms of being some kind of myth that if you have sex in a horror movie, you're going to get killed, it's probably true.
One of the things you got to realize is that PJ Souls is an incredible actor.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Do you guys have a favorite scene in Halloween?
Which is what?
Do you have a favorite scene in the movie?
Yes, I think when Bob gets killed. Against the cabinet, I think is really, I just love that.
Closet scene.
That's a great one.
Oh, yeah, of course.
When PJ emerges from the covers is my favorite scene. When you emerge from the covers.
All right.
See anything you like? That's the scene.
That's Nick, Dean, you guys have a favorite scene?
Oh yeah, no, I have the favorite kill is
Yes.
Bob. You gotta love killing Bob. The actor was kind of annoying, so
Favorite scene in Halloween?
Halloween would not be Halloween without Dean Cundy.
Come on now.
Thank you very much. My favorite scene, it's hard to say because
Well, you filmed them all.
yeah, but, the opening shot is, significant because it was the first time the Steadicam had just been invented. It allowed you to do a smooth move instead of a handheld camera on your shoulder that reacts to you walking. This device was brand new that made it smooth and worn by the operator. And it had been used for one shot in a couple of movies. And then John said, well, how can we do something different and better and cheaper? Was that the order that...
You never said that.
So my camera operator and I put on this rig and we practiced. We went to the camera place and walked around the parking lot and wow, this is significant. So we came up with this opening shot and John said, well, can we do something? And we did. And it was, moved all through the house and up and witnessed the killing and came back down. And I have to say, after that, the device started to get used more and more, and now it's a very common thing, but people do these very elaborate shots. But to have been part of starting that technique was, to me, a very significant moment.
We have a strange little game that we like to do called This or That, where we give you two options and you get to pick one that you think just kind of fits better for how you think this should work, right?
What do we win?
What do you want? You can do whatever you want. I will find a way to get it for you. But this one is horror themed, and Michael Myers especially is part of this great pantheon of modern horror characters. And we kind of pick between some of those. So, if you don't mind, which villain do you think is more creepy? Jason Voorhees or Leatherface?
Don't care.
Don't care! That is the right answer.
Leatherface.
Leatherface is creepier to you? Okay.
I thought they were the same thing.
I mean, you're not wrong. Dean, do you have one? Dean, I was saying
Dean. I don't know, it would be hard to say. I mean, everybody tries to make a villain that is creepy and different. So to single one out, I think is hard. It's well, okay. Let me pick. Is it Leatherface? Okay, I will go with it. Carefully considered thought is Leatherface.
is either one of them creepy enough?
What are you talking to me?
Yes.
Well, I think the creepiest movie ever made was The Exorcist.
Yeah.
And I met Linda Blair last summer, and I gave her a kiss on the cheek. She's a really sweet lady. And you couldn't see who the evil person was in that. It was in her, it was in the priest. evil exists, and it's here in this room right now.
I see him.
The girl with the big ears right down here.
Who is the worst house guest? Ghostface from the Scream franchise or Chucky?
Chucky,
For sure, Chucky.
Yeah, Chucky.
that's a scary doll.
Yeah, I'd have to, because there's a certain Chucky
Give it him do it.
reality because everybody's had a toy and a doll, and when it comes to life and bad stuff,
This is,
Leatherface.
no, I'm gonna say one thing seriously now. We made in a franchise a movie without Michael Myers. It was called Halloween 3. That movie is sitting right now.
Yes, indeed.
I love
Big
that
shout out to
movie.
Season of the Witch. Great film. Love watching it. It's part of my Halloween Rolodex. For sure.
It's a good song.
Okay, this one's a little silly. Who has the strongest cardio? Leatherface or Michael Myers? Michael walks a lot. His heart's got to be good. Leatherface does swing around an active chainsaw, which ain't easy.
Home team.
That's what I'm talking about.
Chucky.
That's a solid answer. I don't think we can beat that one. No, that's good. Who needs therapy the most? Carrie or Norman Bates?
Oh, that's a good one. Norman Bates.
Norman.
Yeah, they do kind of need a joint session.
I don't know. I had the privilege of working with Norman Bates. I did Psycho 2.
Yes.
There's this weird conflict that we often have in the business, which is, we work with a really nice person who's the actor, who becomes this really nasty person. Well, he was really good for that, and I would say that I would hope that he would get some help.
I agree with you. I worked with some studio executives that started really nice and then they became evil. You get those?
Yeah, once in a while.
Who is the most dramatic? Dracula or Freddy Krueger?
Freddy.
Dracula's got the
The original Dracula, of course.
Dude.
I agree. I absolutely agree. Who is the pettiest killer? Freddy Krueger or Candyman? Freddy turns your fears into jokes. The other one is because you said my name 5 times.
3.
Who's more petty?
It's like three.
Freddy or Candyman? That's twice I've said it.
Don't care.
Beetlejuice is 3.
Can we talk about something else?
Yes.
We're enjoying ourselves being here with you guys.
Absolutely.
We love being together. We've known each other since 1978. You know, we've been there in a long time. And these are the greatest people in the world to be with. So let me say that. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Just make some noise. We have some main questions for you.
Yes, go.
How did the use of simple, understated soundtrack influence the pacing and rhythm of scenes during the filming?
One more time, I'm not hearing you. There's an echo in here.
There is, there is.
Killer echo.
You guys sound really echoey down there.
Echo.
Echo?
Rock, 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 roll. High school. It's good for singing.
All right, one more time.
So how did the use of simple, understated soundtrack influence the pacing and rhythm of scenes during the film?
You mean by soundtrack, you mean music?
Yes, I think that's what this fan means.
Well, okay. First comes the scene with the actors, then the music. Music does not influence the scene. Other way around.
Okay.
Well, because none of the actors or crew or anybody has any concept what the music's going to be like.
Right.
You know, so otherwise, you know, we would be shooting and there'd be scary music and it would scare the crap out of the crew.
So true.
We were singing Werewolves of London on the set.
Yes! Great
You
song.
don't know that, do you? That's
I do.
before you were born.
No, I do. I
come
do.
on, we
It's
know that
great.
song.
This question is for
Great.
Dean. What lighting or lens trick most defined the film's look for you?
For Halloween, you're talking?
Yes.
Well, I think that, that's a tough one. See, to me, the lighting always has to reflect, no pun intended, okay, it was intended. It has to reflect the mood, the style. You have to be able to see the actor. A lot of films and stuff now is really dark, you know, and it's hard to, you're straining. The audience shouldn't do that. So the idea was to create mood, style, and so forth, but still see everything that was terrifying, and it was a lot of fun because it's a very thoughtful process to try to paint with light. I just made that up.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Sounded really sweet.
Oh, thank you.
I want to call attention to Dean's artistry because you can see it throughout the movie. Subtle, some of it's subtle and some of it's right in your face. Terrific work. But I also want to say one of the coolest effects was a happy accident on the street.
Which one was that?
The HMI flicker.
Oh,
That happened out on the big wide shot. And we get the dailies back and are watching, and here's supposed to be a shot of the Erie Street, and the camera's still, and the light's going. Accidentally, and there was some electronic shit that we, you know, you may have understood what was wrong, but
barely.
Barely.
anyway, we were all momentarily alarmed because we didn't plan that. But then we were in the cutting room putting this thing together, and I was like, fuck, let's just tell everybody that was on purpose. Well, it really looks good.
I'm glad you did. It made my career.
Dean did a sequence where Jamie Lee's up against the wall. Next to her is a patch of black. And then slowly, you begin to see that Michael Myers is next to her. That is great cinematography.
Absolutely.
Yes.
You know, that's a case of collaboration because she's in the corner, and John had said, how can we start to see and make it scary? And I thought, oh, what a great idea. It's as if your eyes are getting used to the dark, as opposed to a light going on. The alternate version might be she's there and then she turns, a light comes on, and there it is. But that would be scary, as opposed to gradually the audience says, oh no, and she doesn't see, get out of there, you silly girl. And I think that was one of those fun things that I really enjoyed doing.
It's just a rheostat. He just turns it out.
Simple trick.
It was magic, in fact, the way it came out. Absolute magic. But you know, I want to point out something that's a credit to John. The directing of the movie, we had to go very fast, and John had to do his best to be economical in the shot making he was doing. But as a result, we're talking about the oldest tricks in the book, used so very effectively. We weren't doing gore, we weren't doing torture porn. There's almost no blood in this movie, and yet around every corner is another magical trick that's just good basic cinema, and that's a credit to John's direction.
Nick, what physical choice made Michael Myers feel eerie without words? Yes, sir.
Well, a lot of it is, we're talking about it right now. One is the mask itself, all attributed to Mr. Tommy Wallace. Who found the mask.
He is the genius behind Michael Myers right there. He created it.
Put it on. I know there's a famous story of him kind of auditioning a couple of masks, and they saw this thing and it says, whoa, suddenly it just kind of worked. And you know, a lot of you do cosplay and have fun with it in Halloween. You know, just putting on that mask and standing in your neighborhood does the trick.
It does.
It's just amazing. So when it comes right down to it, that was really what did it. The other thing, of course, is John did a good job of doing things like you see him, you pan over here, you come back, oh, wait a minute, he's not there anymore. Or, every time you're walking down the street, you think he's going to come out of the shadows. So all that anticipation helps.
You guys missed the best stuff, though. We were shooting out a window, and he was lying on the grass. And I said, dance away. And he got up and danced off the ground. He came back. It was fabulous, but it's outtakes. You can't say
Get good money for that.
Also breathing, your breathing, remember? Your sounds of your breathing.
Oh, well,
Michael Myers.
I did that. I didn't do the breathing.
Who did? Did you do that?
No, actually, Bill, somebody from the Sounds of
Stevenson?
did that.
Was it Bill Stevenson? Yeah, okay.
Oh,
He was a Philistine.
But I am proud to say that in the new movies by David Gordon Green, I do all of Michael's breathing.
Yes!
That is your original shape. Right
Nick Hacker was there when I went.
This guy has made more money doing bullshit than anybody. Ladies and gentlemen.
PJ, this one's for you. What moment with the cast best captures the film's spirit for you?
definitely picking up the leaves.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
We had to always, after all the scenes outside, Deborah Hill was on us. Come on, grab a bag, a garbage bag, and go over and help pick up the leaves. I'm like, I'm an actress. What are you having? This is not my union. But we all did it in the fun of obviously working together, getting to the next scene, and it was really a lot of fun because we don't have leaves in California, really. So it was an opportunity to play with the leaves.
You've got to understand, we had 3 garbage bags of leaves, which...
Very expensive leaves. Like
Yeah, and down to the
put it in your pocket.
the flower district of Los Angeles, where they're, they design our pussy willows. There are a few sticks of leaves, brown leaves, and so I purchased as many as our $1.98 budget would allow, and we stuffed them in garbage bags, and had a fan, parceled them out during the take, and then bags them up, put them in the bags, and go again.
No.
You have to really be at your best to get through a movie on as low budget as we were working with, and have it still come out okay.
I smoked the same cigarette in every scene. Just kidding.
As a group, what indie filmmaking lesson do you hope new creators take to heart from Halloween?
Very briefly, scary is different from gory.
Yes.
And I think a lot of filmmakers these days have totally forgotten that.
Yeah, you know, I don't remember any blood. And the movie is one of the most frightening, emotional movies around. And it was because of the, what would you call it, the psychology that we were trying to create and you know, put into the mind of the audience. And it proves that you don't really need gruesome to affect the audience.
I did gruesome a few years later.
My last question for you, what is it that keeps Halloween timeless for new generations to discover?
We have no idea. No idea.
We're centering on what it is, though.
You don't know? I don't know. I think the character of Michael Myers has been a favorite of people. Guy in a mask. I don't know. And you talk about all the other guys. It's kind of the same thing. Guy, evil in a mask. It always works.
And you can't kill the boogeyman. I mean, you said it in your advertising. You can't kill the boogeyman. He's everywhere. Even if you kill that particular guy, the boogeyman is still going to be somewhere and someone else will inhabit it. So it's scary because Michael Myers really was an unknown entity. Why was he doing what he was doing? So.
And one of the things I find interesting is that the mask.
Oh, I've got a guy leaving now.
Get him.
The mask was simple and plain, and what was in there we didn't know, but we knew it was evil. What I find intriguing is that so often the masks of all the sequels have scars and, you know, weird textures and all of that, and you say, where did that come from?
Yeah, it's weird because I did an absolutely fish-belly white mask, and then you lit it masterfully. And people come with all these shadings and stuff, and I go, no, it wasn't like that. I did want to say one little thing about our producer, who's no longer with us. One of the reasons for the success of the story, that although it's simple and in the end it's kind of body count, this is a story about these babysitters. And in order to give a shit about them, you got to get to know them a little. And that was a contribution, I think it's fair to say, was given to us by way of Deborah Hill, who was also a masterful producer.
Sir, thank you so very much for joining us, for creating this piece. Thank you all for giving us something to celebrate with Halloween. There might be other imitators, but it will never be duplicated. Ladies and gentlemen,